Another thing I'd like to share with you this morning, in addition to mindful walking, talking, and eating, is it's cold out here. We've got a pretty good wind, snowflakes in the air. But seeing that a lot of us are going to spend a lot of time with people perhaps we don't spend a lot of time with, that has a blessing and that also has a potential problem. So this morning I'd like to talk on my walk with you about about relationship, about the people who are closest and most dear to us, and how do we improve those relationships. Now, being isolated at home with your loved one might be a dream come true, but then we're not used to this intensive presence with one another, except maybe on vacations. But this might go a lot longer than a vacation ever will go. So I'd like to take a few things that Savina and I have learned for years when we were giving the marriage course, and I wouldn't call it the marriage course today. I'd call it the relationship course. And I think there's a set of a checklist that we sent out to people after they got through the 10-session course, which doesn't talk about group stuff, but about the couples sitting at a table by themselves, talking about their stuff and not sharing with anybody else. That's why I think that course has been really, really so successful. The first thing on the list is, are you booking relationship time every week? And that was because people were not spending relationship time. They had their jobs, they had the kids and everything. They weren't spending specialized, intense, booked time with each other each week. And of course, that's all done now, because now you've got plenty of time. The second thing is have you met your partner's 3 most important desires? And part of the course, we identify those, and if you haven't identified them, talk about it. What do we hope for this relation? What is the plan of this relation? Next thing is, have you talked about your feelings with one another? And have you been able to share your feelings? Do you know what your partner's feelings are? Do you know what they are feeling? And you're probably not going to find out unless you ask. You got to ask, and you got to listen. You got to be able to listen deep. The other thing that we learned was the important thing of expressing support for your partner. How you can support them in their activities. Also, taking advantage of the 5 love languages. What is your love language? What is your partner's love language? What's their backup love language? Do you know that love language? Go out and find out. You can do that online. Just search for 5 love languages. And there'll be a little exercise that you can find out what yours is. The other thing that we talked about are our hurts. And more important, have we been able to truly forgive our partner for the ways in which they have hurt us over the years? And you can't be in a long-term relationship without running into some hurt. So this would be a good time to identify that and to talk about that kind of forgiveness. The other important thing has to do whether or not, this is very important for young couples, but not all young couples, all couples. Have you been able to develop a relationship independent of your parents? That's an important one. Your family unit is not enmeshed in your parents or your parents-in-law. The last thing has to do, having to do with, whether or not we're willing to, spend the time to work on a marriage. Marriage is hard work. Relationship is hard work. And I think in building a good relationship is getting to really try to know your partner and to be able to support them. And through all that, we express the love that we so desire and that we so want. So I'm going to get up here and speak about love. If you look over my shoulder right here, there's a little, oh, there we go. There's a little rock there dedicated to my son Matthew, who 10 years ago committed suicide, leaving a daughter who now turns 17 next month. And how we as a family, we're able to work through this. We call this part of our plot out here, Restoration Point. It's pretty, interfaith there. You notice the Buddhist prayer flags. One of my daughters is a Buddhist. So we try to incorporate all that into our family. And to love one another is the most important thing. And if we can get through something like the terrible disaster about one of our family members taking his life, grieve that together, talk about it, grieve some more, and slowly but surely, move forth in love. So have a good week. Pressure comes on for us to be really responsible and to be selfless and to wash our hands lots and lots of times, keep socially distant, and love one another. Have a good day. God bless you.